Creatives, and I'm here showing you the beginner junk journal that I have for sale on my website. And firstly, I'm going to show you the coffee and tea dyed pages that I have that are specialized to my store. And what you're seeing here is some lace tea dyeing, some grunge tea dyeing, actually some burning as well. And you can see the burning in the darkened areas there. So this is a lace piece that's really pretty. And these are nice to have throughout your journal because it gives it some, some dimension. It gives it even some texture in some cases. Like this piece here is a coffee liner. And this, I love the polka dots that came out on this. This is so cute. This is one of my favorites, the polka dot pages. These have all been baked in the oven, so they are nice and crisp and have that wonderful crinkly sound. I am sick, so you can kind of hear my voice being kind of raspy, so sorry about that. I also have tea dyed, grunge dyed, the music pages. Most of them are Christmas, but I have both regular music and Christmas pages. Also, here is more of that coffee filter that was tea dyed as well. That one doesn't have pattern on it, but it just adds a new texture to the pages. And all those are throughout these mini journals that you'll see. And what's nice about these beginner journals is that they are, please excuse the angle of my recording here. And what you're seeing is the little matchbook journals. And these are so adorable. I love these matchbook journals. They're also great for taking notes. And I've gone through and I've embossed the pages throughout this journal. And they tuck in nicely to elastic bias band down below. But so throughout this, you have just some cute creative pages. You can embellish them if you want. I've done that in my own little mini matchbook journal. And you've got your positive and negative sides of the dry embossed pages, as you can kind of see here as when I point them out. And they're all pretty much kind of florally. They're all different. And so right here, you can see that's where they tuck into. And they're nice and secure with that elasticized band there, and secured at top with sewing. The pages all sewn in and tied with that little leaf ribbon. So they're very cute. And you get one of those free with the beginner junk journal here that is designed especially for those people who want something to try that they've never done before in junk journaling. And it provides that opportunity to do it inexpensively. Right? You don't have to go out and buy all the pieces or all the different kinds of things that you might want to do a book. It's all done right here for you. And a lot of people have fear around the covers as well. So you don't have to make your own cover. So I've tied these with sari ribbon or tea-dyed muslin. This here is a beautiful ribbon from India, and it has a reinforced spine and has been sewn around the edges with my sewing machine just for fun. The cover is collage and it has adorable little panda bears on them. They're so cute and roly-poly. I love them. And you take that ribbon tie off, and inside you have some of my uniquely eco-dyed pages. There's a pocket that's a secret pocket behind this envelope, which is kind of fun. And the long envelope itself obviously is functional. Not obviously, but it's functional and glued in nicely. All the pages are rounded on the corners for you and have been secured in. What I pointed out there is a bottle cap. That was that little bottle cap image that kind of shadowed there. Now, the coffee tea dyed pages you'll all see are very different from one another, and it's hard to replicate them. What you see is what you get when you go and dip these and bake them or drain them. They just come out how they come out, and you can't really replicate another batch. I put some little lined papers in here. I like to put different sizes of papers throughout so that it just adds a little dimension to it. Not everything's the same. You can see some of the bubbling that occurs. I love these pages here with the little polka dots, and then you've got the wonderful glazed coffee staining there. That's kind of for my secret recipe, all sewn in the middle. So I did do a nice secure sewing down the middle. This is the opposite side of that polka dot page, and then here's the lace page. Those really turned out beautifully. And this is the center of what they call the signature, or a bunch of papers put together to make the pages, and then sewn in, glued in, or however you decide to attach them. These are all sewn in, so they're very secure. And then these are the opposite sides of the 8x11 page. So you've got the front, or the header and the footer, and this is the other half of the pages, the front and backs of them that I'm showing you here. Again, tea-dyed, and then I've punch stamped some of the edges. Again, just for some uniqueness and to make it stand out, have a little bit of difference. And you can write on all these pages. You can embellish these pages. You can glue stuff on these pages. I put printable on the back side for the cover. And so the whole thing's been collaged and put together. Now you'll see there are 4 different kinds to choose from in my shop. So I'm going to show you a couple more here. This one I call my writer's block junk journal. And then it comes again with 2 bags. I think you'll see those later. I'll pour those out for you. 2 bags of ephemera and embellishments for you to use on your pages as you desire. Some of these have been sewn with my machine and then reinforced on the spine. Some of them I didn't do that because I might have done some stamping of faux sewing, which looks cute, just to show that you don't have to have a sewing machine to do this. Again, when you open it up, you've got a digital printable on one side on the cover, and the opposite side is my eco-dyed page. And then you go into the coffee dyed pages, which are so fun and unique and different. And I just love coffee and tea dyeing and dipping those, air drying them sometimes, baking them, splattering them. I have my own secret sauce that I splatter these pages with. This one that I'm going to show you here is very unique, as it has a nice textured feel to it. It's kind of bumpy, and I like that. Also has some Icelandic volcanic ash on it. This one doesn't have the volcanic ash right here. That one's just pure coffee and tea. And then this is just patterning that occurs through some of it, and that's the center of this signature. And then again, you get the opposite half of all those pages you just saw. So you get a lined piece of paper, more grunge dyeing, more bubble tea dyeing with the air bubbles, and then again, one of my favorites, the Icelandic volcanic ash page. And then the music pages are sometimes Christmas for this season if you want. I have those for sale individually, but they're just what's in these books are all regular music papers, sorry. And then again, my eco-dyed pages and my grunge dyed coffee envelope, and that's functional. You can put some of your ephemera in there, decorate it, write in it, and the front and back has been collaged for you. This one is one of the smaller beginner junk journals. And so again, this has been collaged together with some unique pieces of papers and scraps that I had. And I just one night stood there and glued everything down and decided to make journal covers out of them. And they all fit in those bags. So they are a little smaller than the other ones, so they cost a little less. But you still get the 2 plastic little bags of ephemera embellishments to put on your journal. And it comes with a dangle and the tie, and then sometimes reinforced in the spine, but definitely with some sort of pretty sewing along the edge of it. And I really liked how the sewing on that one turned out. That was a really pretty pattern. And then as we open it, again, you're going to get similar pages, and you get the plain envelope there, the eco dyeing with the fun blooms that are shadowed on that page, as well as some of the fur elements from the trees. Oh, and then this is a vellum piece here. This is a nice tea-dyed vellum piece. Some of them are patterned. Then you get the lined pages again. Some pages, we started out trying to burn these with it's a electro burner, And I don't recommend people doing that because you can get yourself into trouble and you can cause a fire. But there will be areas on these pages that have little burnt out areas, and so they might have a hole because we had the electro burner on it, trying to just create some dynamic and different effects on these pages. Sewn down the center, this is the center of this signature, as they call them, the bundle of pages that make your book up. And the edges are punched for a nice lacy look. And then here you've got the grungy effect on top of the polka dots, which I thought was kind of fun. I just love it. And again, you can't remake these exactly the same after you've done a batch. It's just impossible to do that. So what you see is what you get and will not be remade again. Here, again, you can see through that vellum piece there. And there's some fir tree and some leaves. And then there's some florals that we're able to eco dye onto that page with a digital on the back. And the back cover, again, you see the sewing on there, and it is well put together. It's not going to fall apart on you, and you're going to be able to just have fun with it as you want and put everything you want on there. So here you go. I'm going to show you some additional things. Inside these plastic sacks are your embellishments, from buttons to shiny baubles to I've got some bulb pins. You've got the let's see what we've got. I think I have buttons in there. You've got some other papers to make belly bands, cards, other tea-dyed pages, and the paper clip. So you can do a lot of different things with these things as you glue them in, and just be real creative. That you can't go wrong. You can't do these wrong. That's what's so fun about junk journaling is anything goes. And if you feel like you've made a mistake, glue something over it, paint something over it. That's the fun thing is I learned that I could get creative when I felt like I was one of the worst artists out there, and I could craft and do things that I just felt good about, no matter what other people thought. And if I felt like I made a mistake or made something ugly, I could always work through that by doing something over it. So these things, you can tear them, these pages, you can tear them, you can punch them, you can glue them, you can use them anyway, stamp on them, use them any way you want to embellish, and just try to use your own creativity. And then you can add any of these embellishments and laces behind it to your project. So then in here, you've got ephemera that you can glue on, and there's some fussy cutting in there. Some of it is stuff that my husband fussy cuts because we don't have a Cricut, so we can't just cut things out ourselves. I mean, with the Cricuts, with that automatic cutting format. So these are some great little things that you can use to tuck into little pockets that you've created or tucks that you've created. Some of the ephemera has been cut out by us. Some of it has been cut because I maybe purchased it somewhere. And then I'm going to give you this other bag of free goodies here just to say thank you for purchasing from my store, because I'm just opening up, and I really appreciate anybody that stops by and decides to buy from us. And then I will also give you the first 11 people or 12 people, how many ever have this free matchbook junk journal as well. So thank you for stopping by, and I hope this helps you figure out what you might want to do with a junk journal and give it a try. It's just a lot of fun, and you don't have to put a lot of money or investment into it, and see how it turns out for you. I don't even write in mine. I just have fun making them all cool looking, and having that therapeutic aspect of creativity and an outlet when I need something to do or just have some fun. So thanks for stopping by, and I hope to see you soon at the next video.